Hey guys, welcome back here to today's edition of the Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel. And guys, today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite colors for lures, especially jigs, and that's a brown and orange combination during the early springtime of the year. This is super deadly if you have the right conditions. So what I want to do in the video today is describe to you the exact set of circumstances that a brown and orange works, and talk a little bit about the trailers to match up with it. Because when you get the situation that I'm talking about, guys, there's not a better color. You'll catch 10 to 1 on brown and orange versus any other color. So we'll get into that in today's episode here. And also, guys, we're going to be talking about my Blaukat Power Finesse jigs and my throwback jigs in the brown and orange. This is my Blaukat Throwback jig here. Both living rubber, guys, living rubber frog here on the finesse jig. I'll put the link to both of my jigs and the Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video if you guys would like to order some of the brown and orange. We make them in both jigs, so you can get them in both colors there. So appreciate you guys using that link, really do. Okay, brown and orange has been around forever. It's one of my favorite combinations. I've caught so many good fish on it, especially in the springtime of the year. It's nothing new, but like a lot of things, it's like a lot of people don't use a brown and orange. I mean, for one thing, a lot of people don't fish jigs, to be honest with you. Jig fishing is not near as popular as it used to be. I don't understand why, because it's still one of the best lures that you can fish for quality fish, but there's so many other things to do and so many other lure options that the jig fishing just sort of become a lost art a little bit. But do not let it become a lost art, guys, because it is a deadly way to catch fish. It's definitely in my top 3 techniques of fishing. You know, jig fishing and jerkbait are my 2 favorite ones. And like I said, I've caught so many good ones on this color combo here. Okay, let's talk about the exact set of circumstances that the brown and orange works. Now, brown and orange is situational, just like any other lure color is. There's going to be a factor of a combination of water clarity and the light intensity and the time of year, water temperature included, that factors into certain colors working better at certain times of the year. Now, a lot of this is, you can't really explain why this is. It just sort of is what it is. But one of the things that I know about bass fishing, the things that are true in bass fishing, are the techniques and lures that you get reproducible results on year after year after year. And for me, this brown and orange combo, I get reproducible results on it in the springtime of the year, early spring, whenever the water temperature is in the 50s. This is a key temperature zone for it. I'm not saying you can't catch them if it's below 50 or if it's above 50 or above 60, but by far, this is the color I pull out when that water temperature is in the 50s, as long as I have the right water clarity with it. The water clarity that you want for a brown and orange jig is going to be something under 3 foot of clarity, specifically under about 2.5 foot of clarity. If I get into water clarity that's greater than 3 feet, then I'll be using like a straight brown. I don't need the extra color. But if I get in water visibility that's like under 1 foot, I don't want to use a brown and orange. I'll use something with black in it. So like I said, sort of that, 1 to 2.5, maybe 3 foot zone is going to be the perfect water clarity for it. Now, the light intensity with this, like anything else, it gives you different windows. So say, for example, if it's a bright sunny day out and you have some stained water where that water visibility is 12 or 15 inches, then, it's going to be a good color. But if you have a cloudy, rainy day and the water visibility is 12 to 15 inches, the black and orange isn't probably going to be that good. You might have to go to a darker color. And on the other end of the spectrum, let's say, for example, you have 3.5 foot of water visibility, pretty much on the clean side of the limit. If you have a bright sunny day, that's probably not going to be that good. But if you have like a cloudy, rainy day, you might be able to catch them on the brown and orange if the water visibility is 3 to 4 foot. So there's going to be some windows there. But if you gave me a perfect scenario for brown and orange, it's going to be, I want about probably 15 to 20 inches of visibility in the water, something like that. And like I said, the cloud conditions don't really matter that much. It partly cloudy, whatever. But 12, that 15 to 20 inches of visibility is going to be perfect for it. Now, for whatever reason, when the water temperature is in the 50s in the fall, this is usually the pre-spawn period of the year. And this is when this brown and orange works the best. I probably think so because in theory, or it's sort of my belief in bass fishing, is that bass prefer to eat crawdads during the pre-spawn time of the year because of the protein factor in them. Crawdads have a lot of protein, and they seek them out because, you know, a lot of times you can see that they've been rooting around for crawdads if their mouths are a little bit scarred up or red from turning over rocks. So that's probably one reason they do it. I'm not sure. It's just, you know, that's theory on my part. It's just speculation on my part, but I know it works. Now the trailer on them, a couple different trailers. This is my favorite trailer here, some type of just a green pumpkin. If the water's got a little bit of stain to it, like in that 12 to 15 inches of range, I may put a little bit of chartreuse or orange dye on the tail. But if you gave me one color combination, it's going to be the brown and orange with the green. Occasionally I'll use a solid blue trailer. I've caught some good fish on that. And also I like a solid brown trailer. Just a brown chunk on there, you know, with the brown and orange jig works pretty good with it. I really like the setup on it with the green pumpkin with just a little bit of chartreuse on it. It really makes it look good. You got brown, you got chartreuse, you got green, and you got orange. I've caught a ton of fish on that combination there. And most of the time, I'm using the 3/8 ounce size during this time of year. I like the way the 3/8 ounce size falls, you know, for this time frame. And just fishing it around whatever's cover's available. If it's lay down trees or stumps or boat docks, or just, I caught them on just pitching to rocky, bluffy banks with it before. I've caught them pitching it into grass. Probably my favorite type of cover to fish, you know, just the brown and orange is around any type of wood cover. It could be a boat dock, it could be a stump, a lay down tree, a log, something like that. I've caught a bunch of good ones on docks on this color. Now there's another window of time. It's in the fall time of the year, again, when the water temperature's in the 50s in the fall time of the year. Normally this is going to be November, December, something like that. Same type of deal. If I've got water temperature, low to mid 50s, brown is a really good color, brown and orange with it. That time of year, I do like the blue chunk. It seems like I've caught more fish in the fall time of the year on the blue chunk with the brown and orange than with the green pumpkin one. But anyway, guys, it's just a really good color. And sometimes what I'll do is, like on my throwback jig, we have a standard number of strands of orange in there. Sometimes if the water is like a little bit on the clear side, like closer to 3 foot, and maybe if it's bright and sunny out, I may pull out 3 or 4 of the strands of orange because I want the orange in there, but I don't want it to be quite as bright. And if the water's dirty or something in there, I'll leave all the strands in there. But you can really, you know, you can pick a few strands out if you think it stands out a little too much with that. And I normally just pitch and flip it around on 20, 25 pound test Seaguar and Bizex fluorocarbon line. So anyway, guys, I'll put my jig link in the Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video. If you guys would like to pick up some brown and orange, get ready for this spring. About first part of March is when I usually start fishing it. So hope it works for you guys. We'll talk later.